Bigfoot in Alabama, the quiet sighting near Bankhead National Forest. I grew up less than 20 miles from Bankhead National Forest. Back then, nobody treated the woods like a mystery. They were just there. You hunted them, you fished the creeks. You drove through them at night without thinking much about it. And when I was a kid, we called it Bigfoot. Not Sasquatch. Not anything fancy. Just Bigfoot. But here's the strange part. Nobody really talked about it. Not like a legend, not like a joke, and definitely not like something you tried to prove. It was more like a word you heard in passing, and then the conversation moved on. The story I remember wasn't something that happened deep in the forest. It wasn't a hunting camp tale or something whispered around a fire. It was a road story, and those are the ones that stick. Before Interstate 22 was built, there was the old Highway 78 bypass. It ran through low ground, near creeks and tree lines, the kind of place where the forest pushes out all the way to the road. Not dramatic wilderness, just quiet, dark stretches where headlights don't reach very far. The way I heard it, a driver and several others saw a large bipedal creature cross the road. Not charging, not screaming, not chasing headlights, just slowly crossing the highway. Then it disappeared into the woods, big, dark, out of place. The kind of thing your brain doesn't want to label right away. What made the story unsettling wasn't what the thing did. It was what people didn't do afterward. Nobody laughed it off. Nobody tried to top it with a bigger story. Nobody turned it into entertainment. They just said they saw something and then didn't really want to keep talking about it much afterwards. That silence kind of sticks with you. And if you know the people that live in these areas as well as I do, they don't make up stories. Some folks said it even made the local paper, the Daily Mountain Eagle. Just a small mention, nothing flashy. The kind of blurb local papers used to run when something strange happened, and nobody wanted to make a big deal out of it. I've looked for it myself over the years, but I've never found an archive of the sighting. No newspaper clipping, no photos. And that doesn't surprise me. Back then, a lot of those stories lived in memory, not databases. The paper story faded, but the story stayed. What's important here is this. People weren't arguing about whether Bigfoot was real. They weren't trying to convince anyone. They weren't excited. They were careful. In places like Central and North Alabama, the woods aren't abstract. They're close. They're familiar. And they don't feel empty. So when someone said they saw Bigfoot, it didn't sound like fantasy. It sounded like something true and something you didn't push on. Looking back now, I realize that's what made it different from the Bigfoot stories you hear online. There were no names, no nicknames. No folklore branding, just a word, and a quiet understanding that maybe some things don't need explaining. That stretch of road changed over time. Highways get widened. Intersections get rerouted. Tree lines pull back. But the land underneath hasn't changed much and doesn't forget. Creeks still run where they always did. Animals still move the same corridors, and stories like this don't disappear just because the pavement changes. I don't know what that driver or the others saw. I'm not here to tell you it was definitely Bigfoot, but I am telling you this. When people who live near the land don't joke about something, when they don't exaggerate, and when they don't keep telling the story, that's worth paying attention to. Because in places like this, Bigfoot wasn't a legend. It wasn't entertainment. It was just another thing you didn't stop your truck for, and we respected it, even if you never saw it. Thanks for watching. This is Cryptic Sense, where high strangeness meets reality.